Hello, my name is Anita. Welcome to my channel. To new followers and to those of you who follow me regularly, please press thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you like what I'm sharing. We all see things differently based on our experience in life and how we are raised, our upbringing, how we are schooled, how we are how we grew up in which culture, society, and everything we have experienced during this lifetime have shaped our perspective, how we see things, how we view things. So when you listen to me, just be aware that I only share my perspective. This is something that I said to my Norwegian followers all the time, and but it gets boring if I'm going to repeat it every time. But this time I'm going to add on to this, because when I share my perspective, it is based on my beliefs that are based on my experiences and my knowledge and wisdom and stories that I've heard and all these things. So I add on top on, and when we grow, we change our perspective. We start to see things differently. And as I grow, I maybe see some things differently now than I did 3 years ago when I started this channel. Yeah, I see many things differently since then, because I have evolved, and that's how it is with all of us. So when we add on with a different way of seeing things, and as we do this work, we learn that there are so many ways of seeing things, that it could be viewed in many different ways. And when you start to see that for yourself, that you can view so many things in so many different ways, it's get a bit challenging to share a message. That's why we have to go back to what are my values and what are the things that are most important for me to share, what are most important for me to get delivered, and what can I stand for as my truth. So even though I can see things from many different perspectives, I have to choose which one to go for. And that can change over time until when I experience something differently. So just be aware of that my perspective is just my perspective, and my beliefs are just my beliefs, and you are free to believe and have your own perspective, believe what you want and have your own perspective, and just takes what is resonating. This was a lead up to my conversation today, where I'm going to talk about how we perceive everything in our life, how that is different, how we perceive is a little bit different than having different perspectives. Because let's put it in a context of how we perceive our world, our life, the whole humanity, the whole planet, the whole universe. How we perceive our world is completely changing how you live your life. If you, of course, the perspective does too, but how you perceive this world to be. And if you believe that there's just this one reality, 3D reality, where we all live, and don't believe in energies, you perceive the world in a whole different manner than a person who believes that we have different frequencies, different dimensions, and we can work with energies, and we can heighten our frequencies, and we can heal ourselves and do the inner work. So it's very important how you perceive the world. If we perceive the world as it is what it is, there's nothing we can do about it. If we come from that place, it is much easier to lose hope, to feel like a victim. But if we perceive the world as a playground where we can actually experiment and try out different things, like I talked about earlier in another video, so that's when we realize that we are co-creators, that we are in charge of our own life, and we actually can create a better life for ourselves and create a new story for ourselves and get unstuck and into some new chapters in life. So everything is based on how we view things, which perspective we hold, what experiences we have, how we view the world, and how we perceive the world. So, so we can think about this. If it will benefit you to upgrade how you perceive the world, would that be a smart thing to do? If it would benefit you to see the world in a different way, or to believe a different thing, is that something that you are willing to do? So to use an example, if you only believe that you have this life only and you have no previous lifetimes, so every time you feel that you are stuck or blocked and you have no clue why you are stuck or blocked, and it's not the reasons that I talked about in the previous video, but there's something blocking you, there's something in the way from you stepping up, leveling up in your life, and you don't know what it is. It is not from your childhood. You have no reason to feel this way. It could be then, if you believe that's only this lifetime, then you are perceiving the world in that way. If you change how you perceive the world into that you have lived many lifetimes, previous lifetimes, so this can come from a previous lifetime. So you don't know what it is if you don't have memories from your previous lifetimes, but you do know that it is affecting you now, and most certainly you feel intuitively that it is from a previous lifetime. Then you are given more tools to work with. You can open your perspective and see it in a whole different way. So when we are holding a bigger perspective and a bigger picture view, and we perceive the world in a more holistic way, then we are opening up our world to have more tools and opportunities to affect how our life is going. So this is just something that I wanted to discuss today, because it's very important that we think about these things, what we actually believe and what we actually feel about something, what we how we perceive the world. And because when you then tap into and start doing the healing work from previous lifetimes, your whole world will change today, and you are again able to affect your future and be a co-creator and get yourself unstuck. So think about that. How do you perceive the world or your life and everything? Because it might be time, when you consider and think a little bit about these things, maybe it's time to reconsider or to change that belief, or be willing to open your mind and your heart and your perspective and how you perceive everything. So I hope this was helpful in any way, and I wish you, as always, many blessings for today and the future ahead. Bye bye.